In a quiet cathedral in Italy lies one of the most mysterious relics in human history, a cloth that many believe once wrapped the body of Jesus Christ. Known around the world as the Shroud of Turin, for centuries it has sparked debate between believers, scientists, and historians. At first glance, the cloth appears simple, but when examined closely, a faint image of a man can be seen across its surface. A figure that seems to show wounds consistent with crucifixion, and that is where the mystery truly begins. The story of the shroud is believed to stretch back many centuries. Some claim it dates all the way to the time of the crucifixion. Others believe it appeared later during the medieval period, but its origins remain one of history's biggest questions. Historical records first clearly mention the cloth in the 1300s. When it appeared in a small church in France, almost immediately, people were fascinated by the image it displayed. Pilgrims traveled long distances just to see it. Over time, the cloth was moved and protected by various rulers. Eventually, it was transferred to the city of Turin, Italy, where it remains today, preserved and studied under careful conditions, but the real mystery emerged centuries later. When photography was first used to examine the cloth, in 1898, a photographer captured the first detailed images of it, and what appeared shocked everyone. When the photograph's negative was developed, the image became clearer, almost as if the cloth itself contained a photographic negative, a discovery that puzzled scientists. From that moment on, the shroud became a global mystery. Historians, chemists, physicists, and forensic experts, all searching for answers. Some scientists examined the fibers of the cloth. Others shifted their focus to the image itself, but instead of finding answers, they only found more impossible questions. One major study took place in the late 1970s. A team of researchers conducted detailed analysis of the cloth, using advanced technology available at the time. Their findings raised even more questions. They discovered the image was not painted, with zero traces of paint or brushwork. The artistic theory collapsed, forcing scientists to look for a much more radical explanation. Then, in 1988, another test was performed. A carbon dating analysis. The results suggested the cloth might come from the medieval era, between the 1200s and 1300s. This sparked major controversy because some researchers questioned the accuracy of the sample tested. They argued the section used might have been repaired later, which could affect the results. Debate continues even today. Was the shroud truly ancient, or was it created during the medieval period? No one has reached a final answer. Another mystery involves how the image was formed. Some scientists believe it could be a natural chemical reaction, possibly triggered by heat, light, or radiation. But none of these theories fully explain the details of the image, especially the depth and accuracy of the human form, which appears almost three-dimensional when analyzed digitally. For believers, the shroud represents something sacred, a possible connection to one of the most important moments in history. For scientists, it remains a puzzle waiting to be solved, and perhaps that is why the shroud continues to fascinate the world, because it sits at the crossroads of belief and evidence, history and mystery, faith and science. Even today, new research continues. New technologies may one day reveal more answers. One of the greatest unsolved questions in history: is the Shroud of Turin truly the burial cloth of Jesus? Or is it one of the most convincing relics ever created? The truth may still be waiting to be discovered. For many, the true enigma of the cloth isn't found in a microscope. It's a question that science can't touch, a mystery that belongs to the heart. It is also about belief, history, and the search for truth. Yet despite decades of research, no single explanation has satisfied everyone. Some researchers focus on the wounds visible on the image. They appear to match descriptions of crucifixion from ancient times, including marks on the wrists, feet, and side of the body, details that many consider remarkably accurate. Others examine the cloth itself. The linen weave is consistent with fabrics known in the ancient world, but similar materials were also used during the medieval period, which keeps the debate alive. Another fascinating aspect is the image's precision. It only affects the top fibers of the cloth, something difficult to recreate even today. Laboratories across the globe have tried to clone the shroud's image. Yet, despite every effort, the specific way this mark was burned into the cloth remains a scientific impossibility. While some results looked similar, none perfectly matched the original shroud. This has led to new theories over the years. Some experts argue the image formed through a slow, natural chemical reaction over centuries. But others, they propose a cause that is far more mysterious, a sudden, blinding burst of energy that defies the laws of nature. A burst of energy, a flash of light, or a process we still do not fully understand, ideas that continue to fuel debate. But beyond science and theory, the shroud holds deep meaning for millions of people. It represents faith and devotion, a powerful symbol connected to one of the most important stories in human history. When the shroud is publicly displayed, thousands travel to see it. Pilgrims, historians, and curious visitors alike, all hoping to witness the mysterious image for themselves, and perhaps form their own conclusions. Because in the end, the shroud raises a question that science alone may not answer, a question that crosses the boundary between history and belief. Is it truly the burial cloth of Jesus, or one of the greatest mysteries ever preserved in cloth? So, what do you see when you look at this cloth? Do you see a relic of a miracle, or the world's most sophisticated puzzle? Does the answer even matter? Or is the mystery itself the message? The shroud remains silent, unsolved, and eternal. Now, the question belongs to you. After centuries of study and debate, what do you truly believe? Is the Shroud of Turin a divine miracle caught in time? Or is it history's most brilliant, unsolved masterpiece? I want to hear your side drop, your theories in the comments below, and let's talk about it. Thank you for watching. If you like this kind of mystery and stories that dive deep into the unexplained, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. There are still many secrets, lost histories, and strange discoveries waiting to be uncovered. Join us as we continue exploring the world's greatest mysteries, only here on Forgotten Clues.